All right, Mysonne. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Vlad.
Yeah, man. Our last one did pretty big.
I guess people like the truth.
Yeah, I think in all the years that we've known each other and have done interviews together, and this is probably coming up on, what, maybe 7, 8 years?
Yeah, about that.
About that. That was actually the biggest overall interview that we've ever done in terms of consistently getting big numbers, a lot of comments, a lot of impact to the culture. So that's what's up.
We made it.
We made it. So let's just go ahead and get right to it. After our interview, you jumped right back into the news again over the whole Troy Ave set of statements that you made.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and just talk about the whole thing. Did you know Troy Ave before that?
Yeah, we've met each other. We were cordial.
Okay. See him, say what's up.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever worked on music together?
No, we never worked on music together.
Okay, you never done a song together?
No, not me and him do it. I think we've been on songs that other people had that put us both on the song.
Okay, so you guys have been on songs together but not actually working together in the studio?
We never worked together in the studio.
Yeah. So basically someone would have a song, they'd get a Mysonne verse and a Troy Ave verse and mush it all together and put that out. Okay. So the situation happened with Troy Ave and the other people involved in it. Troy Ave goes on the Breakfast Club and does an extended interview on that platform. When you saw that interview, what made you react publicly to it?
It was a plethora of things that made me react. But I think I stated before that I had Trife. I call him Shanduke. His name is Shanduke, but Trife is a really good friend of mine. And since the beginning of the whole situation at Urban Plaza, he's reached out to me, and we've been people. I've been one of the people that's confided. He's confided in and talked to about a lot of different stuff. We both from the streets, and we both understand that situation. So for the most part, I've been just moral support and someone there to just give him the voice of reason. And for the most part, it's a difficult situation when you lose your brother. So I never was there to agitate, I never tried to escalate the situation, just really trying to give him more perspective and being able to cope with it better, Because there's still, if you look, there's still nobody been charged with the actual murder of his brother, you know what I'm saying? So that's a lot. That's a lot for you to know that nobody's been charged with the murder of your brother. You're from the streets, you're changing your life around. There's a lot of people in the streets that are looking for you to react a certain way, and then you change your life around and do something different. So it's a lot of pressure. You get people saying this and that, and they coming from you from both sides. So I was always being the voice of reason. You've came too far, and you changed your life and your mentality around. So as much as we know codes and laws and rules in the streets and ethics in the streets, that when you're moving differently, you got to apply that different mentality to grow. So that was a lot that I've always, since the situation, I've been the person having that conversation. But on this day, I was at a conference in Sacramento, and he had texted me. He had texted me like, yo, I can't believe this, such. Whatever he texted me, he was angry. And he sent me the clip of the interview. So I didn't immediately listen or watch it because I was asleep or whatever. So then he calls me. He's just like, yo, did you see the interview? And I'm like, nah, I didn't see it. And he's like, yo, my mother's crying, my sister's crying, can't believe he even said this and that and that. And I'm like, what did he say? He's like, yo, you gotta watch it for yourself, man. You just gotta watch it for yourself. So I'm like, all right, at that point, it prompted me to just actually go watch the interview. So, I'm watching the interview, and it just was just so many things wrong with this interview, in my opinion. It just was like, this is somebody who just almost lost their life on 2 separate occasions, also fighting for their life in court. And this is somebody that I've had prior situations where he said and done things that just mind boggled me.
Such as?
I mean, I don't want to get, so much into that because it wasn't that serious, but I just knew based on things that he said and did that just was like, all right, he's just not like the type of person that I really want to be around because he carries himself different. We have different moral perspectives on life. So, I remember when he had put out his last album and it had flopped and everybody was talking about it all over the internet. And I don't know what prompted me to say something, but Hovain had said something and I just was like, I don't think people are hating on Troy as much as his energy that he gives off invites people to be able to say, I said, that's right, I'm glad this is happening for you.
Right, the arrogance.
Yeah.
Which is something that Troy has admitted himself.
Mm-hmm. So, and then me and Hovain got into like a discussion over Instagram, but well, why should he be humble? And I'm like, why shouldn't he be? And if you're not, then you can't expect people to root for you because why should they root for you? Because you already think you're winning anyway. So when you lose, people going to throw it in your face. So that's what comes with this. And then you invite yourself and you make yourself a target. So we went back and forth about that. It wasn't like a beef or nothing, but it was a discussion that we had on the internet. And and things that happened prior to that and that situation just was like, I guess they got to figure it out on their own. So when this situation happened and I'm watching this young black rapper, right, on one of the biggest platforms in the world. Breakfast Club is like one of the biggest shows in the world. And you have an opportunity at this point to say, maybe let me do self-reflection and say, damn, I almost lost my life because I was moving this way. And I'm facing a lot of time for my life because I'm moving this way. And utilize that time to say you the new Pac and to go out there with a bulletproof vest. Maybe you felt like your life was in jeopardy, but most people from the street know that you don't wear a bulletproof vest underneath a button-up shirt with it open. Like, I don't know. But the whole energy of the interview just reflected the situation so wrong to me. It just reflected like, damn, if I was a little kid watching this and I didn't know better, I would think this is what's going on. Like, you go to jail, you get shot, you come home, you make an album about it, you wear hats that say that basically I sell crack, you go to court with mink coats and bulletproof vests and you say whatever and you make songs about the shooting and you tell a story about the shooting, how tough you was and you told a dude, nigga, you ain't no killer, and you press the button and your ghost is riding the car and you don't even know, like, I'm listening to this story and I'm just appalled. I'm appalled that a grown man, this is not a kid, this is a grown man that's facing life or death situations, is giving this story and they're not giving it to the world in which they will receive it and say, damn, this man is learning something, this man's been through something. Not as, I'm Superman and you can't kill me, and this is what it means to be gangster. Because that's what these kids got from that. That's what these kids was watching that video saying, yo, you a gangster when you get shot. Troy's a gangster because he ran through and shot, but Troy is facing a bunch of years in jail for that. Troy almost lost his life. Like, nobody's looking at the situation because it's not being told in that way. And I remember going to trial, facing trial for shit that I didn't do, and sitting there going to court with a suit every day because my lawyer said, if you come in here looking like you from the street, they're going to send you to jail because that's just the reality of the situation. So watching him walk into a courtroom with a mink and a bulletproof vest and a hat talking about our water whip weight doesn't make sense to me. That's not what we call real. Nobody from where I'm from would do that because they understand that it's stupidity. It's ignorance. It's not error. It's just ignorance. Because we trying to stay out of prison. Nobody's going to court looking like that if you're trying to stay home. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, when you sit there and you talk about how a fake nigga can't kill a real nigga, you inviting that energy back because now somebody else is going to try you. So the whole thing just was just disturbing to me. But the icing on the cake was when they start asking him about his relationship with the brother and the family. And his reaction to it was pretty much that they were just trying to get money from him. You know, I don't really know his mother. I don't have no relationship with her. And the brother is wishy-washy. But this is their brother that lost his life for you. And you having a conversation about him in a manner, about them in a manner that was so rude and disrespectful. And this is a friend of mine that I just got off the phone with that I've been talking to for a year trying to keep a situation calm, knowing where he was prepared to take something. And I'm talking, just keeping it easy, like, nah, it's not really that serious, man. You know, I understand you going through that. I understand you don't like the way he's being portrayed. I understand you don't like that he hasn't done this on his own, or he hasn't said this, or he still hasn't reached out, you know, but push that to the side. But then when you get on that platform and utilize that to defame this person's family, was like, it just hit me in a way that just was like, all right, coupled with our own interactions, coupled with watching this, coupled with just the whole thing was like, okay, now this is too much. You know, it's too much. So when you seen me respond to that, it was out of anger and frustration just for what it was, in totality what he was doing. You know, so, you know, some people took it wrong. You know, I didn't mean to. No, I meant to say what I said. I'm not taking anything back.
And what exactly did you say?
I said that he was a bozo. I said because the way he presented himself on that platform was in bozo fashion. And I'm not taking that back. I'm not gonna bite my tongue. You know, I don't have a beef with him. I don't personally want to harm him. I don't want to see him dead. But I think me saying that is because I didn't want to see him get killed. It's like, you know how you sit there and you might grab a kid and say, are you stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you dumb? Do you realize going on there? But yo, why you call him dumb? Because he's doing some dumb shit. Like, are you stupid? Like, do you realize what's going on here? And I think that was my approach to it. It was just anger. It's like, come on, I know you know better. And these dudes around you supposed to be such and such. I know they know better. And everything you're doing is contrary to what it is that you say you stand for. You say you real and this and that. None of this is real. And everybody knows it's not my perspective. If you ask 9 out of 10 dudes that said that they real, and I asked them, would you go up there with a bulletproof vest on? They went, no, I mean, I wouldn't, but no, okay, so does it make sense, right? That's not real. Would you talk about this man's family and this? No, I wouldn't, but no, it's not but, it's just not real. So if you watching all these things transpire and you're not checking them and you're not checking them saying that's not real, then you co-signing some shit that's not real. So people, when you stand next to something that's not real and people view you as real, then they take that as being real. So I understand that. So I understand that most of the time throughout my life, my career, anything, I've always spoke out against things. That's why I'm standing outside of the courthouse when they shoot somebody's grandmother. That's why I'm marching down blocks. That's why I'm at the Million Man March, because I stand up against things that I don't think are right, and I don't be quiet. I'm not silent. So when people was like, you shouldn't have said something, why shouldn't I? No, the problem is why didn't you say something? It's not why did I say something, it's why didn't y'all say something? Why are we allowing our culture to go this far to where shit like that is acceptable? So, you know, that was my perspective on it.